you will have a harder time getting over your breakup if you don't do these 3 things. Now, before I'm gonna start this list of 3 things that you should do, I'm going to tell you what I have went through. So I know you can probably relate to this if you have gone through or are going through the same thing that I have, and that you cannot sleep at night, that you cannot, eat. And if you have trouble, sleeping at night because of anxiety, you can actually check out my video on how to sleep with anxiety. I would be really grateful if you did that, because it would support me and I think it would really help you a lot, right? Now, I have to say that if you're going through this right now and you're watching this video, you're already better than 90% of people, because you're actually trying to move on and you understand that you have to move on, right? And you're not there, waiting for her, waiting for her to come back and, thinking about her 24/7 and stuff like that. And for that, I'm actually really proud of you, because many people, they don't try to do that, right? But I understand that the thing you're going through right now, it's extremely hard, it can be extremely hard on you. It can make you lose hope in life, and it can make you, not be able to eat and sleep, as I said before, and it can do many things to you, and the mentality you have to have, when going through this, is you have to think that this is just an experience that is going to make me, because pain and suffering is what makes us beautiful, at the end of the day. Now, why should you even listen to me, when it comes to, this advice, because I'm just a teenager, and you should listen to me because I'm actually giving, this advice from my heart, and I have went through this as a personal experience, and I'm not really trying to sell you anything, and yeah, I'm just trying to give out the best advice that I can give out, right? Now, many people, they usually give out advice that is, really bad. They say, go and distract yourself, go and smoke and drink with us, go and, do all of these bad habits with us, these instant gratification activities, and yeah, it feels good in the moment, right? It feels good in the moment to smoke, it feels good in the moment to drink, to do all of these things, but what you're doing is you're just basically numbing your pain and you're running away from it. No, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't run away from your pain. What you have to do is you have to actually confront the pain, right? Now, how do you confront the pain? Well, it's actually really simple. You sit there, and it's going to sound like I'm giving out some, bullshit advice, some BS, but this is, if you really think about it, it works, because you're processing the pain. But what you basically do is you sit there and you stare at the wall, and you do that for 1 hour, and you let all of your thoughts flow. When you get a negative thought about your ex, you say to yourself, it's okay, I've moved on, I'm moving on right now, this is in the past, I have a good future in front of me, and it's going to be a lot better. The way you do that, when you do that, you actually learn to process and accept the pain, right? Because many times, in this modern world, we have so many distractions. We are constantly working, we are constantly on our phone, we are constantly, doing something. But if you think about it, when was the last time you just sat there in silence, staring at the wall, no distractions, no nothing? It was probably a long time ago, right? So you need to be alone, you need to face the pain, to actually process the pain, because when you run away from it, it's always gonna run after you, right? So the second thing that I'm going to talk about is you have to work on something that is, huge. You have to find a goal, something that you want to work on. It could be anything, it could be getting a good physique in the gym, it could be starting a business, it could be starting a YouTube channel, it could be, any of these things, right? And do this right now, okay? Take a piece of pen and take a paper and write down, a goal that you want to accomplish, right? No, don't say no, I cannot do it. If you want this video to actually help, do that right now. Take a piece of pen and a paper and write down a goal that you want to accomplish. Now, once you have done that, what you do is you basically work towards that goal every day, you know. And what this does, it shifts your energy from thinking about her to thinking about, you know, your goal, right? Because you're working on that goal and your mind goes where your energy flows, you know. So work on something big, you know, and work towards that every day, and you will see, you know, results really fast, right? Now the second thing, or the third thing, sorry, is you have to stop stalking your social media. You see, every time you go and you look at her TikTok or you look at her Instagram, you think about her, you know, who is she with, you know, what is she doing. She's probably not thinking about you. In fact, she's probably thinking about somebody else and hanging out with somebody else. Now, this hurts, you know, like when I first heard that, you know, it hurts, but it's true, you know, and it shouldn't really be something that is discouraging to you, because this should be a wake-up call. It should be a wake-up call to stop stalking your social media. Because the thing that makes, you know, a breakup harder nowadays is, I would say, the internet, you know. Because, you know, back in the day, you broke up with somebody and then you didn't meet them, or there was a really low chance that you would actually, you know, meet them in real life. But now we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have, you know, all of these platforms, right? And every time you go and you scroll, you know, you scroll and you see them, you know, it's a constant reminder that, you know, what happened, you know, that they did something to you, you know, that they exist, you know. It's a constant reminder, and it can hurt a lot, you know. Even you know, like, it can be so random, you know, that you get them, you know, like on your, you know, For You page or something like that, right? So what you have to do, you know, to stop stalking their social media and to stop getting, you know, reminded of them on social media, is you have to block them. You basically have to block them. Now, many people, they don't really agree with me when it comes to blocking them, but because many people say, then if you block a girl after a breakup, then you're showing her that she has power over you, and, you know, that she has hurt you, you know. But I don't really care about that, you know. I don't really care about this power stuff, and neither should you care about this power stuff, because when you care about what does she think about you, then you're ultimately giving her power in your mind. And you shouldn't do that, because she's gone, and she shouldn't be even in your life at all, like, not a little bit. Okay. So do this right now, you know. Go to social media, you know, and delete all of her, you know, block all of her accounts, and then, you know, it's going to be a lot easier to, you know, get over her, right? Now, this is going to be everything for this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video a lot, you know, and I promise you, if you do this advice, it's going to help you, you know, a lot. And I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and bye.